Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0. I'm for my dear guys, for my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some special and small nut bolt, metal nut bolt, different craft ideas, different welding project of nut bolt. So, my dear guys, when we talk about a nut bolt craft, then different question arise in our mind like. Is what is a nut and what is a bolt and what are nut bolt made, or how are nut bolt made, or what are bolts used for, or who invented nut bolt, or why are nut and bolt used. So my dear guys, a nut is a type of fastener where the threaded hole. Nuts are almost always used in conjunction with a mating bolt to fasten multiple parts together. But when we talk about a bolt, then a bolt is a form of grooved fastener with an external helical male thread that engage the interior female thread of a nut. So bolts are closely related to a nut, and a bolt is an externally helical threaded fastener that fasten objects with unthreaded holes together. This is done by applying a twisting force. So, how a nut bolt made? Cold forging, molding the steel into the right shape. At room temperature, bolt head progressively, I say that formed by forcing the steel into various dies at high pressure. Threading threads are formed by rolling or cutting. Heat treatment. The bolt is exposed to extreme heat to harden steel. So, what are bolts used for? Bolts are tools used to fasten and secure the faces of assemblies. They are threaded and come with a matching nut. So, their purpose is to connect aligned unthreaded holes by being placed through the lined holes and secured with the bolt's nut. So, who invented nut bolt? My dear guys, by 1841, Joseph Whitworth, a British tool makers, and his American counterpart, William Sellers of the Franklin Institute, had proposed a standardized thread system as tool makers developed new technologies for mass production. Standardized bolt and nut was soon available. And why are nut and bolt used? Nut and bolt go together, and without both of them, you can't produce strong equipment. And they are designed to work so that they strengthen whatever they are holding together. So the nut and are the ones with the threaded holes, and they are matched with bolt that are designed to fit particular nut. And my dear guys, when we talk about the principle of nut bolt or function of nut and bolt and nut, their principle is to create a clamping force across the joint which is able to sustain the operating condition without loosening, and correctly tightened bolts make use of their elastic properties to work well. They must behave like spring. And what material is used for nut and bolt? Steel is the most common material used for making nuts and bolt and fastener material. Apart from this alloy, steel, silicon, bronze, brass, aluminium, chrome, titanium, plastic, and other exotic material are also being used for manufacturing of this product. So, if we talk about the history of a bolt, then the history can be broken down into two parts. The threads themselves that date back to around 400 BC when they were used for items such as spiral for lifting water, presses for grapes to make wine, and the fasteners themselves which have been in use for around 400 years. So what tool are used for different bolt? My dear guys, wrenches. Wrenches are essential tools used to tighten and loosen fastener like nuts and bolts, generally made from chrome and plastic steel alloy. Wrenches are both durable and easy to clean, and a different type of nut and bolt when we talk about, my dear guys. Bolt types include eye bolt, wheel bolt, and machine bolt. While type of nuts include cap nuts, expansion nut, and an U nut, the type of material and finishes also factors into how fastener type look and perform. So this guide will tell you about the type of nut and bolt and the different types of bolt heads. So what are nut and bolt facts? Bolts are threaded fastener with external male threads. They mate with nuts which have female and meaning internal threads. Both the bolt and nut grab the material being fastened, creating a bolt joint with the nut also preventing axial movement. So how do a nut and a bolt work? What are the advantage of bolt and nut? Multiple advantages have ensured that bolted joints are one of the most popular methods to connect components in the industrial sector today. So bolted joints are easy to use, and bolted joints are flexible, and bolts come in many sizes and materials. Bolt can clamp different material together. Bolt can scale thick parts. And where to use bolt? The mighty bolt. This make them ideal for applications that require high level of stress and force, such as construction, manufacturing, and automotive. For example, when building a house, bolts are often used to hold together the framing, and when assembling a car, bolts are used to hold the engine and transmission. So, what is the concept of nut and bolt? Bolts typically consist of a threaded shaft with a head at one end. The head may be hexagonal, square, or another shape designed for a specific tool like a wrench or a socket. So, the threaded portion extend from the head to the tip. So, on the other hand, nut are a small metal block with a threaded hole in the center. So, size of nut by making different, it can be a 0 to 1, 2, 3, which is 5, 6, 10, 8, 10, 12, 1, 4, 5, 16, 3 over 8. It can be a different size. So, my dear guys, I think that my video and my these ideas of nut bolt different welding project inspire you much and you like it. I think if you inspire, then subscribe my channel and like my video and share my video with your affectionate love. So thank you very much guys for watching my video.